Have you ever felt like you were different from those around you? How about misunderstood? Have you ever felt like you couldn't be yourself in front of your friends or family? And did that ever make you pretend to be someone you're not, just to fit in or meet someone's expectations? A man named Charles Darwin, who just so happened to be one of the brightest scientists to ever walk the earth, once made a very important point. He said, "No one supposes that all the individuals of the same species are cast in the very same mold." Well, what does that mean? This means that of all the people in the world, of all the people you know and don't know, there is no one exactly like you. You are unique, and according to the rules of science, you are expected to be unique. The great thing about living in America in the 21st century is that you can embrace this uniqueness and do amazing things with it. An 11-year-old girl in 1899, however, would never be encouraged to just be herself. And this is where our story begins. The Evolution of Calpurnia Tate is a historical fiction novel written by Jacqueline Kelly and published in 2009. It was a Newbery Honor book in 2010 and received a slew of other awards as well. The intended grade level for readers is ages 9 through 12, so it would be appropriate for students in grades 4 through 7. The Evolution of Calpurnia Tate takes place during the hot summer in 1899 in Fentress, Texas, a small town in Caldwell County of only about 100 to 200 people. 11-year-old Calpurnia, known as Callie V, is the middle of 6 kids, with 3 older brothers and 3 younger brothers. She lives on a plantation that harvests cotton and pecans, and her family is wealthy enough to have a maid as well as a full-time cook, among other luxuries. From the very start of the book, Callie V makes it clear that she is not like the other girls, and instead seems to be ahead of her time. Instead of wanting to cook, sew, practice the piano, or meet young gentlemen, Callie would much rather swim in a nearby river, stay outside for hours enjoying nature, and making observations of the world around her. This love and inquisitiveness about the natural world connects Callie with her grandfather, an old and feisty man who lives in the family home but confines himself to his lab to conduct experiments. An easy and fulfilling friendship blossoms between Callie and her grandfather. He introduces her to science, to literature, and to the works of Charles Darwin, and she becomes his lab partner, making discoveries and exploring the wonders of the world around them. As the book continues, Callie worries that despite her dreams to study science, she will be destined to a life of housewifery and motherhood. 19th century society expects that she puts aside her curiosity and love for science and knowledge and remain restricted to a respectable woman's life. Throughout the novel, Jacqueline Kelly documents Callie's evolution from a sheltered girl to a determined scientist in training. Readers will gain an understanding of what it might have been like for a young girl growing up at the turn of the century through adventure, charm, and humor, and they will find themselves cheering for Callie by the end of the book. I would rate this book a 9.5 out of 10 because it was very easy to relate to and had so many well-developed and likable characters. The history captured in the book is both accurate and fascinating, and the description of Texas in 1899 really makes you feel like you were there. The book's themes about growing up and finding out who we are timeless, and readers today would be able to relate, regardless of age, gender, or life circumstances. Even though this book is about Callie's love for science and includes some scientific references, it can be appreciated by anyone who has ever felt like they don't belong. This novel can apply to all of us who have felt like we could not control our destinies or that we couldn't be our true selves. How many of you out there have dreams? Have you ever told someone your dream only to have him or her say that it could never happen? For those of you who have said you wanted to become a famous athlete, singer, writer, the next president of the United States, and were told that you could not do it, that you could not be yourself, how did that make you feel? In this story, how will Callie's family react to her dreams? Will she have to settle for being someone she isn't, or is there some kind of greater plan out there for her? And what exactly does she learn from that famous scientist, Charles Darwin? To find out what happens in this compelling story about growing up, read The Evolution of Calpurnia Tate. Thank you so much for watching.